Give him a kiss. 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 Good boy. Alright, welcome back, or welcome to my videos if this is the first one you're watching. My house, my plants, my chai tea, my dog. And if you haven't seen my last video on paying off debt while getting your coffee, go check that one out. I'll link it below. Obviously, Copper likes it too. Okay, we're gonna not do that. You're crooked. We don't love it. This is a lot harder than people think. Better? Possibly. But I wanted to create this video to kind of give you examples of potentials that could be available to you. I know that when it comes to like putting up my dream board and my vision board, whatever you want to call it, it really helps me to like watch other people to see how they received certain things or whether or not their dream board actually worked and all of that kind of stuff. So with that, I'm going to stop talking with my hands and talk with these. Last year's vision board, which I didn't make a video about, I actually have a lot of the things that have like, excuse you, came true, I guess, or come to be that are my life now. So I wanted to share with you everything that has happened, that hasn't happened, why I think it hasn't happened, and just give you a little bit more, I guess, inspiration and motivation to just know that like there is a potential for these things coming true for you. The first thing that I have on here is obviously working from home. This is embarrassing. I literally say in my last video where I created the vision board how I photoshopped myself onto a lot of these photos just so that I could have them seem more realistic, because when your mind thinks that it's already happened, it seeks out certain things and potentials and realities for you, and it just helps you to get into the feeling of the things already happening, which is how you bring them to you faster. So again, working from home. I currently work from home. I do technically have a full-time job right now, but like it's salary, so my hours are kind of all over the place. Sometimes I work a lot, sometimes I work hardly at all. So it just kind of depends on the season and how busy things are that day. I get to do whatever I want. I get to manage my own time, my own meetings, my own schedule. Like that happened very easily. And how this job came about is actually interesting. I think I'll do another full video on my podcast. I didn't have to seek it out. I didn't have to go for a job interview. I didn't have to apply anywhere. Like, I literally was unemployed, was just doing the mindset work and just relaxing, because the last job that I left me a little mentally overwhelmed with how everything went down. So I literally just took like 6 months off and just focused on doing me and figuring out me and figuring out what I wanted. And that a non-negotiable for my next job was that I did not want to have to be in an office or physical place to be able to do my work. I just wanted to be able to do everything off my phone, which I have now. I literally was taking time off. I decided one day that I was like, I probably need to look into a job because the funds were getting a little bit low. So I think it was the next day or a couple days later where I had an old coworker just text me and offer me a job. And it was one that I could work from home, and it was more money than I've ever made before. So that's a story for later. But needless to say, I'm working from home with the job that I do have now, and obviously this content and everything that I'm trying to build and create with my own business online is also an opportunity to work from home. So got that one. This photo is just a picture of myself, but what I knew that I was attaching with this photo was a certain amount of followers on my Instagram account. I used this photo because it was one of my recent posts and it just reminded me of my Instagram account. I said that I wanted to have 20,000 followers. I now have 20,700 followers-ish. And long story short, we've definitely realized that the number of followers that you have on Instagram does not mean anything. I back then did not know that, so we have come to learn. We're full circle now, and 20,000 followers doesn't really matter. There's a lot of other things behind the scenes that matter, but vanity-wise, that's what I wanted. It's not a big deal to me anymore, and I got that one. So this one, picture of money, obviously. I put this one just on my dream board just because I wanted to be able to make more money than I ever had before. Like I said, with the job that I brought in, I've made more money than I have ever before. So there is a much bigger goal with this money, so that one's definitely going up on the board again. And I also have brought in money through my Instagram account and like the personal courses that I have on there. I've done branding work with other brands, and I've sold, like I said, my online personal Abundance Now course. That has also been an additional way that I brought in more money. So you could say that that is happened. This one was supposed to represent taking a yoga teacher. This picture is representative of I wanted to take a yoga teacher training. It was an online course. It was purely an online course because it was during COVID, so I don't love it as much. I wish I could have like been involved in a community, hence friends, which are very much needed. But that also happened, so check. These photos, girl in a Jeep, and my Jeep and my puppy. So I have always wanted a Jeep. That was my dream car for the longest time. And I now have a white Rubicon Jeep that is in my garage right now. And how I got this Jeep is also a very long story that I'm going to put in a separate podcast because there were so many different random things that fell into place in order for me to get this. So weird. I also have the puppy. I originally wanted a golden retriever and a Jeep, but I switched to a golden doodle throughout the year just because I was researching dogs. I love golden retrievers, but they have so much hair, and I've had a lot of dogs with hair in the past. Obviously, all dogs have hair, but I've had dogs who've had a lot of hair in the past, and I just don't love it. So I switched to the golden doodle, which is sitting right over there. He was in the beginning of this video and like in every other one of my videos. But I did, let me see if I can find, I was very specific about how I wanted the dog to look. And I literally got the exact same dog that looks exactly like what I wanted. I wanted a golden doodle that looked exactly like this. This photo was another one that was on my dream board. This is what my current dog looks like. So I don't know about you, but they look pretty similar to me. So I freaking love my Jeep. I freaking love my puppy. So yeah. Oh man, this one's a hard one. So if anyone knows anything about me, they know that I'm very good at avoiding relationships. I'm incredibly picky when it comes to relationships and the type of relationship that I want and the type of guy that I want. And like, I just don't want to settle, to be honest. And this one's a hard one to bring up just because I honestly, this photo is a picture of Dr. Joe Dispenza and someone that was at his event that he like brought up on stage to talk and share his story. I listened to his testimonial on YouTube, I don't even know how long ago, but I decided that I had a huge crush on this guy, mainly because he was very open-minded and he just seemed like a happy, like down-to-earth guy. And my dog is in the tub right now scratching, so if you can hear that in the background, I apologize. But anyways, I literally was like, him. I have a crush on him. I want him. And forward to my life, this is a photo of my relationship with the last guy that I dated. Hence, kind of dating, still trying to figure things out. We're a mess, to be honest. There were a lot of things that I put in here in regards to relationship, and literally every single one of them came true. But as you know, real world makes relationships a little interesting. So we've got a lot to work through, that's for sure. Funny thing is, I also put this one on there because I wanted a relationship, and like the idea of drinking wine was appealing to me, and me and him both do not drink, but we wanted to start drinking wine because we knew that it does have like health benefits. And we wanted to try to find a wine that like we liked because we both hate the taste of alcohol, which is really hard to find a wine that you like when you both hate the taste of alcohol. But that is something that we both wanted, and I know we literally had this conversation, so it's hilarious that I have this photo in there. But also was not expecting him to literally look like the same person. Like, they're both bald, they both have the same kind of body build, like, just funny. So if you learned anything from this one, is that when you put on your board that you want a relationship, be very specific and don't put anything up there that you literally don't want, because you're gonna get exactly what you put on your board. I don't know, that one just weirds me out. Alright. Next one. Again, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I put this picture on the board just because I've been to a few of his events before. I met some really amazing people. 2 of the best girlfriends that I've ever met came from one of these events, and I wanted to go to another one. Of course, COVID happened, so he canceled his events for the last few years. I literally was on a vacation in Hawaii with my boyfriend, and I was having a conversation with his sister-in-law, and we were talking about how she loved Gabby Bernstein and all of that, like loves that type of work, wants to go to the events. I started talking about Joe Dispenza, and she's like, yeah, I loved him. Like, I love Joe. I want to go to his events too. And I was like, yeah, like, I've been to a few events. Like, I would like to go back to another one. And mid-conversation, I got a text from one of the girls that I met at his event saying, hey, I want to go to another Dr. Joe Dispenza event. Will you go with me? I will pay for your whole room and board and the ticket. So long story short, I went to another event, and it was in Denver, Colorado. It was the hardest event that I've ever been to in my entire life. All the other ones were a little bit easier, but it was a good experience. I love his work. So that one definitely came true. Ended up going to another event. Didn't even have to pay for it. So thank you, Crystal. She's amazing. Just have to say that. Okay. And this photo I wanted to put on here because it was a photo that represented travel for me. So I had this one up, and I didn't really have an intention on where I wanted it to be. I knew I wanted to travel just because I like the lifestyle of traveling all the time and I love seeing new places. But this one didn't really happen because of 2 things. One, I can't really say, hey, I checked it off the list, because there's not an intention set behind it. Like, I literally don't know where this place is that this chick is in. So I can't like focus on it that much. The idea and intent to travel was there, but I didn't have any real clear vision on where I wanted to go. So I'm pretty sure that that is why it didn't happen for me. Just being honest. Oh gosh. These ones, every single time I do a vision board, I put a ton of photos up that are around like fitness and wellness. And again, with everything that I just said, I don't have a set like goal on how I want to obtain my fitness. For me, I need to enjoy my workouts. Like, I don't ever want to work out just because I want to look a certain way. I want to work out because I want to feel good and I want to feel strong, and I want to enjoy the workouts that I'm doing. I just haven't really found my niche, because I mean, I know why I haven't, because I'm very picky, like I said before. I'm very picky on where I go for my workouts, and I just haven't really allowed myself to kind of take the plunge into the places that are more expensive that I know that I would enjoy. I kind of go towards the cheaper, just like, you know, gym membership that's just everyone goes to, which the classes just are not that great. So I really need to invest in like boxing classes and like yoga classes that I know I'm gonna love. I cannot tell you how many times I've tried to go to my local gym and find a yoga class that I like, and they're just, love them, but you can just tell that they're new teachers and it's just not a great experience. So again, I'm very picky. I do have a lot of fitness goals that I still have. I mean, like, I'm still in good shape. I know that it's still like on my mind, and I still do work out. I just need to find something that like I really fall in love with in order for me to be like, yes, achieved this. And also, I specifically put this one here because it was just focused on the stomach. I've always had kind of issues with my gut and just digestion, always feeling bloated. I did go and work with this girl named Ann Godspeed. I think it's just called Energy Codes is what like she uses for her clients. But I will tell you, the work that I've done with her has by far been like the most helpful work that I've ever done with anyone else. Like, I honestly feel a change in my body. I used to be super lethargic, like just did not have any energy, and I was so tired, and I'm like, I'm 31 years old. There's no reason why I should feel this way. What I like about her, she's very specific about like the specific products you're using and what's helping you and what's not, and she just reads everything off of your body. And she was able to get me on a supplement that like actually worked, because I've had supplements in the past and I knew that like there was some nutrients that I wasn't getting, but I've never had like clear answers on like, you're deficient in this, and this is what you need to take, and this is what's going to work for you, like you specifically, because everyone is so different. And I think we all need a very different laid out system in order to like really help us when it comes to our health. And long story short, I need to do a podcast, but the supplements that I'm on now with her have helped me so much. Like I actually feel like a human and I have energy now. So definitely a game changer. That one, I guess I could say, is kind of checked off, but obviously it's an ongoing thing. So I'm always going to be like working on it. This one, friends. I put this on here because I wanted more friends that were interested in the same things that I am. A lot of the friends that I knew growing up have all moved on into relationships. So I literally have me and the one friend that is single, and kind of like the only two around. But I do need more friends that are like in this space of wellness and health and like want to go to yoga classes and do wellness practices and go on trips and go traveling, and I need more of that. And obviously the last couple of years I've been hibernating because of COVID, but just wanted to put that out there. If you're in Utah, please reach out to me. And my dog is going crazy now. So cue the end of the video. This one still needs to happen. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe because it really helps me know what to create on here. And I'm gonna go yell at my dog. Okay, bye.